Illinois basketball has had one of the best off seasons in college basketball so far. It has not been talked about enough. Returning Kylan Boswell and Tomislav Visic, assembling the Balkan Five of David Merkovic, Mihailo Petrovic, Andrei Stojakovic, and Tomislav Avicic's twin, Zvonimir Avicic. This Illinois basketball team is absolutely loaded for next season. Brad Underwood has cooked up a roster that's got it all: young talent, returning stars, and savvy veterans. This squad is poised to make some serious noise in the Big Ten and beyond. But that's not all. There's a potential secret weapon that could return in Will Riley that could elevate this Illinois team to the very top of the conference and possibly the Big Ten or the college basketball scene overall. First, before we break it down, hit that like and subscribe button for me. If you're on podcast, go ahead and hit a 5-star review. Follow us over there. We appreciate it. The Big Ten is set up to have a great year next year, and you're going to want to hop on the bandwagon now before it's too late. Let's talk about the foundation of this team, Illinois, who's going to be a huge part in the Big Ten being good next year. Illinois is bringing back two legit preseason All-Big Ten candidates in Kylan Boswell and Tomislav Visic. Boswell, the combo guard, who was a beast down the stretch last season in his final 8 games. He averaged nearly 17 points on 55% shooting, dished out 4 assists, and locked down other teams' best player. Well, whether it was a shifty point guard or even the 6'9" superstar Cooper Flagg that he did a really good job against, his leadership and defensive tenacity are huge for this team. Then you've got Tomislav Visic, the 7'1" center, who was arguably Illinois' MVP last season. He put up 13 points, nearly 8 rebounds, and shot 45% from 3 in his last 7 games. With another year of strength training, this guy's a lock to dominate the paint and stretch the floor for Illinois next season. But it's not just about the returners. Illinois went all in the transfer portal and international recruiting, and they crushed it. The headliner of Andrei Stojakovic, the 6'7" wing from Cal, who dropped 17.9 points per game last season. He's a high usage scorer who can create off the dribble, attack the rim, and even post up smaller guards. His 31.8% three-point shooting isn't elite, but with Illinois' spaced out offense and floor spacing bigs, he's going to get cleaner looks. Stojakovic is a top 10 portal get in the Big Ten, and he's got that Marcus Domask, Will Riley vibe, smooth, crafty, and a matchup nightmare. Quite simply, the better Balkan Bureau, that's what I'm going to be calling him, has Illinois bringing a new flavor of a team to college basketball next season. Mihailo Petrovic, a 22-year-old Serbian point guard, is a straight-up wizard, quick burst type of guy. He's averaging 14.3 points and 7.3 assists in the Adriatic League, and his quickness off the bounce is absolutely unreal. 61% of his shots came at the rim, and he's finishing at a 61% clip. Petrovic's game-winning pull-up jumper in a recent game shows just how clutch of a player he is as well. His pace and playmaking will translate beautifully to the college game, especially alongside shooters like Tomislav Visic, and don't forget, Ben Hummerkaus coming back too. Then there's David Merkovic, a 6'8", 255-pound forward from Montenegro. This dude's a bull with skill. 16 points, 9 rebounds, and a sweet fadeaway jumper I can't wait to watch next season. He's knocking down 35.3% of his threes and brings physicality, versatility to the front court. And in Zvonimir Avicic, Tomislav's twin brother, he's a 7'1" stretch big from Arkansas, and Ben Hummerkaus, a 6'9" forward who's back for another year with less pressure on him in a reserve role, which could help him become more of the player Illinois fans thought he might be last year. This roster is deep, big, and skilled. Illinois' average height is 78.9 inches, same as last year's squad that ranked 13th nationally. With the Visic brothers combined for 102 threes and 36.6% last season, and Merkovic and Hummerkaus being able to stretch the floor too, this team's going to be a nightmare to try and guard. BartTorvik.com has Illinois projected as the number 3 offense in the country, with Stojakovic and Hummerkaus factored in. That's elite. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Purdue is the clear Big Ten frontrunner right now. They're stacked, and Illinois is sitting at number 2 or 3 in the conference right now in that pecking order. They still are a top 10 team nationally per Torvik's number 7 overall projection, but to challenge Purdue for that top spot, Illinois needs a star playmaker, a game-changing upside type of guy. Boswell and Avicic are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but they don't quite offer that alpha dog take over the game type of ability and athleticism skill set. Will Riley does, though. The potential secret weapon, Riley, the 6'8" freshman wing last year, could be a sophomore. He was a revelation late last season, averaging 15.9 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 2.9 assists over his final 15 games. His driving ability, creative passing, and smooth shot creation screams NBA potential. In fact, ESPN's Jonathan Givony has him as the number 15 pick in the 2025 NBA draft, which would net him around $8 million guaranteed dollars in 2 years. That would solidify Riley that he bolts to the pros. But if CBS's Gary Parrish is right, what if Riley is actually a late 20s pick, like Parrish has him at 26 to the net? The NBA's pool is strong, and with NIL money not being able to match a top 20 selection, they could possibly match a selection outside the top 20 or outside the top 25. Here's the dream scenario. What if Brad Underwood pulls the impossible and convinces Riley to return? What if Brad Underwood gets the NIL dollars to convince that Will Riley is thinking about returning? What if Will Riley sees how high Kasparis Jaconis gets and understands he could get that high too with just one more year of development? If Riley comes back, Illinois becomes either the best or the second best team in the Big Ten. No question. Another year in Champaign could see him average close to 20 points, contend for the Big Ten Player of the Year, and vault into lottery pick territory in 2026, where he'd earn $10 million plus over 2 years. And with Illinois' revenue sharing budget and fair market deals, Riley could make nearly $2 million, or dare I say even $3 million or more in college. Plus, another year against college competition would bulk up his body and everything and refine him from a streaky shooter to somebody who's more consistent. He shot just 32.1% from 3 last year. A sophomore leap could have him a legit star, and plus getting NBA feedback could tell him exactly what he needs to work on for his game. So if Riley returns, you're looking at a starting lineup of Petrovic at the point, Boswell at the 2, Stojakovic at the 3, Riley at the small 4 in my opinion, and Tomislav Visic at center, with Merkovich potentially sliding as the best sixth man in college basketball. That's a lineup with speed, shooting, and playmaking that could rival anyone. Add in reserves like Zvonimir Visic, Ben Hummerkaus, Ty Rodgers, and Jake Davis, and this team has the depth and versatility to make a deep NCAA tournament run, maybe even, dare I say, a Final Four run. On the flip side, Illinois is still a top tier team without Riley. This year's roster with 7 players in their 20s, continuity at 44.6% of minutes returning, not counting Rodgers with his starting minutes from 2023-2024, mirror the 2023-2024 Elite 8 squad. They've got the talent to compete for a Big Ten title and make some noise in March, but Riley's star power could be the final piece to push them over the top. So Illini Nation, let me know. What do you think? Can Brad Underwood get his magic done and keep Riley around? Or will this loaded roster be enough to take down Purdue, make a deep tournament run? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe for more Illinois basketball, Big Ten basketball content, and finish it off with finishing this in the comments. ILL. We'll see you next time.